We often find comfort in consistency, in voices that remain steady, that deliver information with unwavering clarity, no matter how complex or charged the subject. In the world of firearms education on YouTube, one voice stood apart for its unique, unshakable cadence. Paul Harrell. Paul's style was instantly recognizable. Seated at a simple desk, speaking directly to the camera with the demeanor of a seasoned instructor. His presentations were dry, deeply factual, and famously devoid of flash.
The real things of this are accuracy and reliability. Reliability being the biggest one. Its accuracy seemed to be just fine. Although I would have to say, just when I shoot it, it just feels unconventional. You really got to put some work into it.
He used meat targets and practical demonstrations to cut through hype and myth. He wasn't a personality, he was a source. For hundreds of thousands, his channel was a library of sober, reliable knowledge.
Now, when we talk about evaluating accuracy, we're not talking about evaluating the trueness of the barrel. We're talking about what kind of accuracy can be achieved when the firearm is in the hands of the average shooter, especially when it's something like the Henry U.S. survival rifle that I have to say, to me, feels really unconventional.
His closing tagline, "I hope this video has been informative," became a signature of understated competence. And then, in early 2023, a video was uploaded with a title that broke that pattern completely. A title that stopped his audience cold. It was simply titled, "I'm Dead."
Hi everyone, let me get right to the point. As I'm recording this today, it is 20 December 2023. And I'm recording this and giving Brad instructions to publish it upon my death. So if you're watching me, I'm dead.
Clicking play, the setting was familiar. There was Paul at his desk. The delivery was familiar, that same steady, deliberate, almost monotone cadence. But the words were not.
Now, a few months ago, I sat right here on this log and told you I'd been diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, and I told you we'd caught it early and that we were still going to be here for some time. Well, we did catch it early, but not as early as I had thought, and it has spread faster than I thought it would.
He began, in his trademark matter-of-fact style, to inform his audience that he was speaking to them from beyond the grave. This was a pre-recorded message.
Hi everyone, let me get right to the point. As I'm recording this today, it is 20 December 2023. And I'm recording this and giving Brad instructions to publish it upon my death. So if you're watching me, I'm dead.
He explained that he had been diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, and that by the time we were watching this, he had passed away.
Now, a few months ago, I sat right here on this log and told you I'd been diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, and I told you we'd caught it early and that we were still going to be here for some time.
There was no visible emotion, no pleading for sympathy. It was a direct briefing on a terminal outcome. He discussed his illness with the same clinical detachment he might use to discuss bullet penetration.
You may have seen me recently using this crutch. When I told you I broke my hip, well, I did break my hip. But it wasn't because I was in any kind of accident. It was because the cancer spread to my bones. The bones just crumbled, my hip fractured, and I fell down. No, I didn't fall down and fracture it. I fractured and then fell down.
He thanked his viewers and his supporters. He assured them the channel would continue in the capable hands of his brother, Roy. It was a logistical update concerning the ultimate logistical event, the end of his life. The power of this video was not in dramatic music or tears. It was in the devastating contrast between the horrifying subject and Paul's utterly composed delivery.
I also would want to say that my goal in doing all of this was, yes, to have fun, do some things that were fun, but primarily to put out useful information, or if not useful, at least
This was his final lesson. And the lesson was about confronting reality without flinching.
Don't just believe whatever nonsense people tell you. What I really hope is that as you're watching me, you've seen some things that have made you say, oh, I get it, okay. Things that have made you change something you did in such a way that has helped you. I would really hope that seeing the reviews we've done of things have saved you some money and kept you from buying things that probably wouldn't have been a good fit.
For an audience he had taught to value facts over feelings, to prioritize preparation and clear-headedness, this was the ultimate demonstration. He was applying his own philosophy to the one scenario we all must eventually face. He was demystifying death itself, treating it not as a taboo, but as another piece of necessary information to be communicated.
And I have probably very few regrets in what we've done here. And I think we've been, for the most part, successful. I hope you agree. So, as always, don't try this at home. And thanks for watching.
The online response was a wave of profound respect. People weren't just mourning an instructor. They were honoring a man who stayed true to his character to the very last frame. He managed his own departure with a dignity that was uniquely and authentically Paul. As one commenter put it, it was as if he was saying, the following is a discussion on the terminal ballistics of life. Paul Harrell did indeed pass away in February of 2024. The video served as his direct farewell, eliminating rumor and speculation. It was his way of maintaining control over his narrative until the end.
I am heartbroken to announce that what you heard is true. Paul Harrell has passed away. It was his wish that I maintain his legacy through this channel by continuing to put out high-quality educational content with the flair we all know and love from him.
So, what is the legacy of this unusual video? It's more than a memorial. It's a masterclass in ethos. It reminds us that the most impactful communication often comes not from embellishment, but from stark, unwavering authenticity. Paul's final video held a mirror up to his life's work. Be informed, be prepared, and face the truth, however difficult, with clear eyes. He didn't ask for our sadness. He simply presented the facts of his conclusion, and in doing so, gave his audience permission to remember him not with weeping, but with the same respect he showed his subject matter.
Participating. And I have probably very few regrets in what we've done here. I think we've been, for the most part, successful. I hope you agree. So, as always, don't try this at home. And thanks for watching.
He ended his public script on his own terms, leaving behind a final, unforgettable message that was, above all else, informative. For more videos like this, please subscribe and hit that like button. Thank you.